Alright fellas, I'll be honest, after Wilder's loss to Zhilei Zhang, I thought it was over. It felt like we were watching the final chapter of a legendary but brutal career. Everything pointed toward retirement. It really looked grim. But here we are. Deontay Wilder has hit pause on that retirement talk. He's officially announced his comeback fight, and it's going down in late June against Tyrell Anthony Herndon. Not exactly the massive comeback fight most of us expected, but maybe, just maybe, this is the start of something bigger for Wilder. There could still be some huge fights waiting for him down the road. Real quick, if it's your first time here, my name's Claire. I make boxing videos to keep you in the loop, so make sure to subscribe if you love this sport as much as I do. Now, the last time we saw Deontay Wilder in the ring was when he fought Big Bang Zhilei Zhang on the 5v5 card. That was back in June last year. It feels like ages ago, but in reality, it hasn't even been a full year. That fight was billed as Wilder's last chance dance. After losing to Joseph Parker, it seemed like Wilder had one more shot to show he still belonged at the top. But Zhang made sure that wasn't going to happen. Wilder looked like a shadow of his former self, and Zhang ended it brutally. From being one of the most feared punchers in the sport to back-to-back losses. Yeah, it looked bleak. Everyone thought that was it. Retirement seemed like the only path forward. Over the last 9 months, there's been a lot of speculation. Would Wilder hang up the gloves? Would he try to rebuild? Even I said not long ago that his next opponent would probably be retirement itself. I just didn't see him grinding his way back up. But here he is. In June, Wilder's stepping into the ring against Tyrell Anthony Herndon on a BLK Prime card. Yeah, that's right. BLK Prime. I thought that promotion was finished after the Adrian Broner and Terence Crawford events, but apparently they're still around, just doing smaller shows now. They've got another event next month featuring H2O Silv, which is cool to see. And despite everything, Wilder is now fighting on a BLK Prime card. Now, who is Tyrell Anthony Herndon? Has he had a notable career? Not really. His biggest fight was against heavyweight prospect Richard Torres Jr., where he got stopped in the second round. He's coming off a split decision win in a 6-rounder, and now he's facing the Bronze Bomber. To put it simply, Herndon is a journeyman. He's being brought in to lose. But honestly, should we have expected anything different? And look, I actually want to defend Wilder here. Sure, it's not some huge marquee fight, but Wilder needs a few easier fights to rebuild his confidence. You can't just jump back in against a killer after 2 devastating losses. You need to find yourself again, and history shows this comeback path isn't crazy. Look at Joseph Parker. After his loss to Joe Joyce, Parker fought a blown-up cruiserweight in Jack Massey. Then he fought a guy like Faiga Opalu, not exactly elite competition. Or look at Daniel Dubois. After losing to Joyce, he fought journeymen like Bogdan Dinu and Trevor Bryan to get back on track. Rebuilding is a normal move. It works, but the real question is, can Wilder actually rebuild? That's where things get tricky. He's never been a technical boxer. Wilder's game was always simple. If he touches you clean, you go to sleep. That right hand was enough to beat most heavyweights. But if that power isn't the same anymore, he's in trouble. You'd hope that he's been working on his defense, his footwork, his fundamentals. But let's be real. After seeing Malik Scott training videos of Wilder spinning around and turning his back to opponents last camp, I'm not holding my breath for some technical revolution, and let's not forget, Wilder's 38 years old now. He's no spring chicken. This is a last chance run. If he loses to Tyrell Anthony Herndon, a journeyman, it's truly over. No more rebuilding, no more comebacks, no more title shots. It would be time for him to pack it in, or, who knows, maybe fight Jake Paul. So why even come back? Simple. Money. There are still huge paydays out there for Wilder if he strings together a few wins. His name is massive. His brand still carries weight. You knock out 2 or 3 journeymen, get some highlight reels going viral again, and boom, the narrative changes overnight. Suddenly, Wilder is back. And once that happens, you bet the Saudis would be calling. They still want Wilder versus Joshua. That's why they tried to set up the Day of Reckoning card last year. Joshua is obviously the bigger name now. but Wilder still has drawing power. Both guys are nearing the end of their careers. Both need a big money fight. It would still be a huge event with a great build-up. If Wilder wins a couple of comeback fights, the Joshua fight becomes much more realistic, or maybe he gets lined up against an up-and-comer like Arslanbek Makhmudov or Agit Kabayel, building the next generation of heavyweights while still getting a fat paycheck himself. Honestly, crazy things happen in boxing all the time. Just the other day, Derek Chisora somehow became the IBF mandatory after leapfrogging 7 guys in the rankings. Tell me that isn't fishy. But it's boxing. If belts scatter after someone retires, don't be surprised if Wilder gets fast-tracked into a WBC title fight against someone like Kabayel. The sanctioning bodies love money just as much as the fighters do. They'd rather have a Wilder headline fight than give a title shot to someone like Frank Sanchez. That's just how the sport works. Now look, personally, I kind of hoped Wilder would retire after the Zhang fight. You want to see fighters walk away with their health intact, but at the same time, I can't lie. I'm curious. If there's even a glimpse of the old Wilder left, it could be worth it. If he can knock out a few guys and build up to one final run, why not? At the very least, getting a Wilder versus Joshua fight before it's too late would be incredible for boxing fans. But first, he's got to handle business against Tyrell Anthony Herndon. One step at a time. We'll find out in a few months whether this comeback is real or just the slow fade into retirement. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Wilder's comeback? Should he have stayed retired? Or do you think there's still a title run left in him? Drop all your thoughts down in the comments. I love reading what you guys think. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton. Thanks for watching, fellas. I'll catch you in the next one.